you've seen that ABR adventure, but let's rewind. Before any of that, there was a lot of groundwork. This is me taking you back in time before the Wales trip that you haven't even seen yet. Back then, Chunky Lady needed some real prep to become the adventure bike she is today. So, come with me as we go back to the garage, back to the tools, and get her ready for what's to come. Okay, so today I'm going to be working on the Chunky Lady, and a couple of things I want to do. I want to get the valve clearances sorted, and I want to put on the cage that I've got for her. The tools that you'll be needing today is a 6mm Allen key, a 10mm spanner. There will be another Allen key as well. That goes through the middle. I'll explain that when I get in there. I don't know what size that is, but I'll tell you when I get to it. That's for adjusting the valves. And also you'll need, 1 second, 4 of these feeler gauges. 2 0.30mm feeler gauges, and you will need 2 of the 15mm feeler gauges. Ideally you can do it with one, but a lot of BMW professional mechanics out there have been telling me it's ideal to do it with all 4 at the same time. And as I always say it, first things first is I need to glove up, and I'm going to try and be as thorough as I can in this video for you guys, so when you do it at home it's going to be easy and simple, and you're not going to be afraid to just attempt to do it yourself. And yes, since this is part of the restoration project, I will also be fitting that nice cage like I mentioned in the intro. And let's get on to it, shall we? Let's glove up. Before I can take off the rocker cover, I need to get rid of these horrible plastic guards. Now, this is where I encounter my first problem. And yes, as you can see, I have a broken bolt. But since there is a bit of stud coming out, I can actually play with that. So, not all bad. I'm getting some heat in there so I can expand the metals to loosen it up, so I can get some grips on there and loosen it off. And luckily for me, this time the stud comes out freely. It's good when a plan comes together. This is the first time opening this up. I'll be interested to find out what type of condition this is in once I get in there. I'm hoping to find nothing untoward, because every time I do something to this bike, it brings up a little problem. Now it's time to find out. And yeah, to me, it looks all good. I was very happy. Just remember, when you're pulling these out, you get that inner gasket, because if that pinches, it will start leaking from the middle. And you don't want that. Now out with the spark plug, and I will explain why very soon. It's always good to inspect your spark plugs just to see how this side of the engine is running. It may be running differently to the other side, but we'll come to that later. Time for the other side. Let's take this guard off. Hopefully nothing snaps this side, but you can see on the head there's a little bit of damage, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Off with the HT lead cover. Then separate HT lead from the spark plug, and you can use a tool for this, but you can use some bent long nose pliers. other than the snapped stud, everything seems to be going smoothly this side. So I'm really happy. As you can see there, thumbs up. Let's just hope the inside of this looks as good as the other side, and yeah, it does. Remember to get that centre rubber seal. Now looking at this side, it looked like it had been pinched, and I'm not happy with that. So I get onto my phone and I order the necessary parts. So the left side is rich and the right side is lean. I am going to have to do something about that. Maybe it's these. Who knows? Anyway, let's move back onto the other side. So now I want this to be on the compression top dead center, not the overlap. Compression will mean that all 4 of the valves will be closed. So how I do that is I put it up into 6th gear and I gently hold the screwdriver and I wait until it's all the way out on the compression stroke where all of 4 of the valves are closed. And yes, this is a bit of a rudimentary way of doing it, but hey, it works. I'd like to know down in the comments if there is another way to do this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Okay. So that will be about there. Now all these valves should be open. Valves will be closed. The other side will be on the overlap. So this is on the compression. Moved you guys to a better location so you can see better. So yep, you will notice that there's a bit of play on both sides. So that's how you want it. The exhaust is 0.3 and the intake is 1.5, and to me that is way too easy. Normally you would have, when you tighten them up in a minute, you will have all of them there, but they're falling out, so that's too loose. You want it to feel like butter when it's sliding in. I mean, that is much better. So that for me slides in and out much better. Maybe a little on the loose side, so it might need a tiny little tighten. This side definitely needs to be done, and then I'll go and check the other side. But I'll show you now how to adjust this. Do the intake side first. So what I want to do is just crank this off, loosen this security nut there, get my 0.15mm feeler gauges, and I guess this is important why you have both of these, because as I adjust one, did you see the other one move just then? It affects this whole unit. You see that as I'm touching this, the top one was moving just then. So that is feeling much better. That's more like butter now. So I want to quickly do both of these up. I don't know it yet, but I've just made a mistake here. Stick around to find out what that mistake is. And let's feel again just to double check. So the bottom one feels like it needs a tiny little bit more. Let's give them one last feel. Yeah, they both feel good. Double check, always good to double check. Yep, okay. Now I'll go to the exhaust side. Now before I undo them, let me just check. And here we are. Can you see what mistake I've made? Now did you see this drop? That's exactly why they say to put all 4 of these in. Just making sure that they still feel good. Personally, I want to do them a little bit more. Back to the drawing board. Now I'm going to do all 4 the proper way. This is how you should do it. They feel just a little bit on the loose side for my liking. Right, so that's too much. Back it off a little. That's much better there. That's too much. Back it off a little. And I'd say that's it right there. Maybe a tad bit more. Yep, I would say that is the spot. So let's quickly do these up. Yep, that's good to me. So just off camera, I did do all 4, and now they are all feeling like butter. There's no snatching and they're not too loose. Okay, now they are all done. I'm going to swap over to the other side and do exactly the same method. I don't want to confuse anybody here, but before going to this side, you need to do exactly what I did on the other side with the screwdriver and get this on the compression stroke so that the valves are fully closed. Yeah. So good job I'm doing this side as well, but this side is definitely worse than the other side. Yeah, a hell of a lot worse. Now with all 4 this time, following the procedure I did on the other side, you can see that these are like butter and smooth and adjusted to how they should be. There you go, all done. Let's pull them out. I'm not happy with the damage on here, so I'm going to clean this up. We'll give it a rub down to key it, and then I'm going to get some chemical metal on there. And then what I'm going to do is mix it, and then I am going to build it up on the surface. Just smoothing it over, getting that curve just right. Let that sit and dry. I'm happy with that. Once it's dried, I'm going to get my sander on there, and then finally finish it off by spraying it up, making it look good and new. Since I was painting one, I decided to paint the other. I will be taking this bike off road, and I just want to make sure that I have some extra added protection in places that I feel I need them. And this bolt had been missing from the beginning, along with the rubbers, and finally I've got one on there. I am so happy. And now it's time for the cage. As I slowly line up the top half of the cage and put this on, I feel that that is in its right place. Now onto the lower part of the cage that's going to protect the engine. I pull out the main bolt, and then I replace it with the slidey in bit of the cage, and then I'll give it a good old tighten up, because it's really important that this part is tight. And then I join the top with the bottom, and yes, I am very sorry that my head just gets in the way here. And to me, this side is looking good, so I go to the other side and put that on. After I've done that, I then tighten everything up from the top to the bottom. Now look at this cage, that just beefs it up so much more. I am so thankful I've got some added protection. Whew, so this has been a little bit tough today. It is so hot. I think it's something like 32, 35 degrees. This was a challenge to get on. It was second hand, so it was a little bit, I don't know if it had been dropped. It didn't look like it. It doesn't doesn't look like it's in particularly bad shape. So in the next video, I will be painting the front guard for the headlights. I'll be putting that on. I will be fitting rocker cover gaskets for the spark plugs and making sure that's all good. I've now got them painted, so I'm very, very happy. They come out really nicely. I'm also going to fit a guard up front to protect the plastic shield that's just on the front down there, so I'm going to have that on. I don't know what to do about this bar here, this light bar. I think it's a little bit cumbersome looking. I'm in two minds. Do I keep it on there, or do I take it off, or do I just stick the lights on the frame here, the little spotlights which I'll have? I'll probably fit those in the next video as well. I'm not too sure yet, but they're just one of many things that I've got to do on this. I've still got to do the front forks on this bike. I've got to bleed the front brake. ABS is now working absolutely fine. It reset itself somehow, I don't know, it just seems to be good. I also want to sync properly with my synchronization vacuum tool onto this. What else do I want to do? Well, I don't know. There are many things, so keep an eye out. I am taking this on a little adventure to Wales and doing motor camping and show you guys what I take. So if you're interested in that video, you guys hopefully will like that, or would have liked that, depending. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? If you are liking this video, put a massive thumbs up, it really does help me. Look, I'm waffling on. I'll see you guys in the next video. You ride safe and goodbye for now.